Hi, this is Buster Talent with WRWH Radio. It's May 19th, 2016. Earlier today, Dean Dyer spoke with Superintendent of White County Schools, Dr. Jeff Wilson, and White County High School Principal, John Osborne.
In the studio here this morning from the White County Schools, got Dr. Jeff Wilson, and from the high school, Mr. John Osborne, Principal of High School. I know for y'all, it's a busy time too with... Here it is, almost right on at the end of school year again.
Hard to believe graduation's here. I mean, we're just about a week away, a week from Friday. We're really excited.
I bet those seniors, though, they can.
Senioritis has completely clicked in at this point. So, we're trying to keep them. We're trying to just finish the race, finish the race. But yeah, it's here.
John knows that for sure, I guess. Huh?
Absolutely.
But it's a good time, a happy time, and of course with. A lot of awards being presented out to these students. A lot of very talented students we have here in White County.
We really did. It's been a great year for White County High School. Been a great year for the school system. Most folks realize if they've been in touch, the state rating system, which is the College Career Readiness Index, CCRPI, folks hear about, came out about a week ago. And White County schools, the elementary schools are number one in our region. I'm proud of our high schools, number one in the region. And the school system itself ended up number 11 out of 193 school systems. So
wow.
pretty good place to be. And most folks know our high school last year was recognized by U.S. News and World Report for the first time ever. And this year got a recognition by the Washington Post as one of the most rigorous high schools in the country. So really proud of what they're doing. We kind of stepped back. We were talking at FFA the other day. We thought, well, it wasn't such a great year at FFA till we went to regions and realized we dominated. We didn't. Well, this is one of those years we didn't have a lot of number one state champions,
right?
But we had unbelievable number 2s and 3s and 4s, and probably as many awards as we've ever won. And so when you step back and look at it, and that's kind of been this year, we haven't had a lot of those number ones. We always use Jenna as our Jenna Gary and our state model. She's been number 2 a lot this year, coming off of her injury, but it's been that kind of year for us. So, number 2 is not too bad in the state.
I was going to say, be number 2, you're not too bad.
Yeah, so we're real proud of that and excited about what's coming up with graduation and all that's going on at the high school.
All right, and we'll talk about that just a moment, John, about at the high school the graduation. But first, get out of the way. We got this weekend coming up, Friday, the Relay for Life, and it's nice to be able to work the relay team, the American Cancer Society Relay for Life team, work with you and get something set up there so we can have the relay activities.
Well, another kudos to our board, Dean. We've got a gym now that has a track around the top of it that our board worked with us a couple of years ago putting in. So we are going to get some bad weather, and we've just made some adjustments, and through the improvements to our auditorium and our gymnasium, top landing and upper track, we're going to be able to just move that thing in and just move right on.
Good. All right, now coming up, your graduation, we're just a little over a week away.
And be 8:00 at the high school stadium a week from tomorrow. And we're hoping that Mother Nature gets her system out of the way tomorrow night. Yeah. I know Haversham's sweating bullets over there. They're graduating tomorrow night. But just to let you know, if we were to get inclement weather, we're going to hang around, and we'll go as late as 10:00 if we had to, if we can wait out on weather.
Right. Before you make any announcement.
Before we make any announcement. But we're going to try to do everything we can to graduate next Friday. Should something happen, we would turn around and host it the next Saturday morning at 10:00, but we're going to hope for good weather. But want people to know that we'll be running buses again this year. The parking on campus, obviously, when you've got 300 seniors graduating, they'll be parking on campus. And then, but we're going to shuttle folks from the intermediate school and the soccer complex, and that worked beautifully last year.
I love it. That's the only way I get there.
Yeah. Soon as you get out of your car, you just step on a bus. And what's really neat about it, Dean, is most people think, well, at the end, I'm not going to be able to get back. Absolutely, you will. People mill around on the field, so it's a trickle out effect afterwards. And literally, you won't have to wait on a bus. You'll be able to step on the bus when you're ready to go. We'll get you back to your car. And it's just a phenomenal system we've got set up now. So come one, come all. There's not a bad seat in the house. You don't have to get there at the crack of dawn because that stadium is just a perfect place for it.
And we should have a large crowd with that large senior class there. Huh?
Yes, yeah, we'll have I would expect us to have 4,000 or 5,000 people there.
Good deal. Any other things going on at the high school? I know always something.
We're testing wide open this week and next, obviously, as we're finishing up the end of grade tests or end of course tests. So, but other than that, we're pretty much winding down. It's been a busy May with all the banquets and honors nights. We gave away over $1 million in scholarship money the night before last to our seniors, and just real proud of this class.
Good deal. Looking forward for maybe one day of rest here before. Or,
He can have Sunday off, then we start Monday.
Well, it's almost that way.
It's the calm before the storm.
It just never ends.
That's right. What else?
Let me talk
Dr.
about
Wilson.
two things. One, I'd be remiss not to mention the transgender. You know, everybody's hearing that. And we've had a couple of phone calls. I think most folks in this community trust us to do the right thing for their kids. So we have not been overwhelmed like some school systems have. As of right now, we've not had that issue brought up by any student. We certainly respect the rights of every student. And if for the rest of this school year, if it becomes an issue and a student is uncomfortable not being able to go into their biological bathroom for some gender issue that they're dealing with, we certainly will provide them somewhere outside of that. Our philosophy continues to be that we're going to let children go into the biological bathrooms that they're made for. Mm-hmm. And we've got some ideas of how to address that next year that would be ways to be able to respect the dignity of all kids, and privacy. So there is not boys and girls that are sharing bathrooms at the same time with open. So, this came out really last Friday and we haven't had a lot of time to really delve into what the requirements are. There's still a lot of question. Does it hold the weight of law, or is it, just a DOJ letter? Mm-hmm. So we want to do all that before we say this is what we're going to do for next year. We want to make sure we have clear understanding of that. So folks can be assured that in White County school systems, we're not having boys and girls sharing bathrooms right now. And we will certainly respect the rights of a student that is struggling with their gender. So I want to deal with that.
And a lot of folks use that the letter from the Department of Justice as a kind of a threat or whatever from the government, federal government, holding that federal money as hostage. Or holding you hostage for that money. That's kind
of the talk out there. That's about $4.5 million for us if they were to take all of our dollars. I'm not sure that White County would be the first place they'll go after if they want to do that.
Right.
But the thing that we can guarantee, folks, we're going to take care of all the kids. We're going to take care of the kids that are dealing with gender identity if that's their issue, and we're going to take care of every other student that's not something that they're concerned. So just trust that we'll take care of that. I did want to mention there is this rumor that there is a board meeting tonight to discuss that somehow got out in social media. That is not true. We have our normal board meetings Tuesday and Thursday of next week. If anybody wants to have that discussion, we will, but I think pretty clearly we've kind of said that everything's great this year, nothing's changing, and it gives us some time over the summer to come up with some policies and procedures that would be able to do. So I want to make sure people knew that.
Okay, sure. And what I was going to say,
sure.
Just not only this particular issue that's come up right now, that dealing, kind of got you hostage or whatever with the federal funds, but you have to deal with federal funds all the time, and they put all kind of requirements on you all the time.
They really are. One of the things people have to realize,
not this strong, but
one of the things people have to realize that there are states out there that they're saying we just won't take federal funds. They don't realize they still have to go by every federal regulation, or they will be hit upon by the Department of Justice. So there are consequences beyond that money. If you've ever, and I've been a part of a couple in other school systems of Department of Justice investigations, it will shut you down for weeks and weeks and weeks. So there is some hammers of that. We're not worried about all that. We're not scared of the federal government or any of that. We're going to do what's right for kids, and I can guarantee you, at this point, everything's great.
Good deal. All right.
One more thing, right. A huge election. I know y'all have heard lots and lots of things going on with the election. We have one of the top 10 school systems in the state by just about any measure you want. And if you're supportive of the direction we're going and believe in what we're trying to do for our kids, get out and vote. And it's going to be a huge election for the direction of our school system on whether we continue going in the direction we're going or things are changing based on the who's elected for that chair. So I encourage folks to get out and vote.
Yep. I think as we saw at the forum on Monday night, the most attention seemed to be focused on the education arena there. So
it was
very important.
Everybody is very interested in who we are. And our goal is to ensure every kid is able to go to whatever school they'd like to go to, get whatever job they can get into. We saw several of our kids going in the military. We're very proud of that. We have gone from about 30% of our kids going to a 2 or 4 year institution to almost 80% of our kids going to a 2 or 4 year institution in the last 5 years. And that's what we're trying to do for our kids. So we're not perfect, but we're real proud of what we're doing.
Great. And one final note, you want to touch on folks maybe see over the summer at the high school, there'll be some activity.
Yeah, real quick. We've got 2 building projects. You'll see the construction and additions for our CTAE program in welding and our ag mechanics and our agriculture FFA program. That building will start Saturday after graduation, and by the next school year, that building will be done, and we will be bidding out our new 9th grade academy and gym in the next few weeks. So we're really excited about the things that are happening.
Moving forward, that's good. Yeah. John, anything else before we go?
Well, just to reiterate what Dr. Wilson said, the things are going very well in our system, and sometimes we can be our own worst enemy. When Pat Head Summit wrote a book that said she thought getting to the top was the struggle, but staying there when she learned was the struggle. So we're approaching one of the best school systems in the state, and I'd sure like to see us maintain that.
That's true. And to keep everyone working for that goal is the best way to do that.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you all both for being here.
Thank you, Dean. Appreciate it.
Dr. Jeff Wilson, the superintendent of White County Schools, and John Osborne, principal at the high school, White County High School, here, our guest today on AM 1350.